Okay, so now let's look at how to make a thumbnail in Canva, where we already have a photo of the subject. So in Canva, let's use a YouTube thumbnail. And let's use a blank YouTube thumbnail. Okay, now I'm going to go over to freepik.com, which is freepik.com, and then find an image from here. You can apply what we teach you in this video to your own images though. It doesn't have to be a stock image. For this example, let's type in makeup. And let's have a look through these until we find one that's suitable. Okay, I think this person here could be suitable, but really I want to find one where they're looking at the camera. You can see here when we scroll down, it says you may also like. So let's have a look at a few of these pictures here. I also want to use a free picture, so I'm not going to choose one with a crown, as these are paid pictures. This one here looks good, but it is a paid one. Let's choose this one, as the subject's looking at the camera, so let's download this. Now let's go back to Canva. Now let's open Canva in another tab, and look at a few of these templates here. For this, let's type in YouTube thumbnail makeup. I typed this in previously, so I'm going to select this here. Let's click on this one and click on Customize this template. So for this, I want to copy this paint graphic and then paste it in my design. Before I do this though, I'm just going to rename this design to Makeup Thumbnail just to keep everything organized. Now let's paint this paste graphic over to our design by pressing Ctrl V on Windows or Command V on Mac. And let's just move and resize this graphic. Let's now change the color of this paint graphic. Here you can see we have the colors from the photo, so let's try some of these. However, for this, I'm going to choose my own color. Let's choose this tone here though, as I think this matches the design well. Let's now click on text and add a text box. For this, let's type in 5 tips. And let's select this text by pressing Ctrl A on Windows or Command A on Mac. And let's change this to a different font. There's a text that I already have in mind called Adlery Swash, so let's type this in the search. Okay, here it is, and let's use this. Let's just click and drag on this text to resize it. I want to have the letter 5 a different size, so let's actually delete this and then duplicate this text box. Now let's type in 5 and then resize this. Okay, I think that looks more suitable. Let's actually rotate both of these. And then I'm going to click and drag over both of these text boxes and then choose a new color, so it changes the color for both of the text boxes at the same time. Let's choose yellow, and let's now change the text effect to a shadow effect. Let's now change the shadow color to black. Let's now adjust the offset and change the transparency to 100% so we can see the shadow a bit clearer. Let's just resize and move this text now. And let's also resize and adjust this graphic here as well. Okay, let's now add another text box. So under text, let's click on add a heading. Let's change this to say natural. And let's change the color. Let's now move this to the top right. And let's choose a different font. The one I want to use is called Sensei. So let's type this in the search and choose this one. Let's just resize this and change the position of the text box. Okay, let's now add an effect for the text. So let's click on Effects and let's choose Shadow again. Let's change the shadow color to black and let's increase the transparency to 100%. Let's also curve this text to make the design look a bit more interesting. However, I don't want it this extreme, so let's move the curve amount down. Let's just reposition this text and now let's add another text box. So under text, let's click on add a text box. Now let's type in makeup. Let's now change the font and I'm going to choose this one here called Sensor Brush. Let's now change the font and let's try out a few of these. This one's a bit too much, so let's try another font. Let's type in handwriting and try out some of these. Let's now change the font color to white and resize this and move it over to the right so it's not in the way of the subject. Let's try some more of these fonts now. Some of these fonts are premium fonts and some of them are free. Let's also capitalize the word up. Okay, let's find a few more of these fonts. Okay, let's have a look at another font. I think this one here called Playlist Script is suitable, so let's use this. Again, let's add a shadow effect for this text to help it stand out and look more interesting. So let's click on Effects and then click on Shadow. Again, let's change the color to black and increase the transparency to 100%. Let's just zoom in and zoom out to see what our design looks like from further away and closer up. Okay, I think this looks good now, and that's how you can make a video thumbnail starting with a photograph of a person. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one.